Sane. It's Shay. I am here with another video for you all, and I'm so sorry it took me so long, but I am finally getting to the video, and I want to apologize now because there's some type of event going on. I don't know what it is because Ish One already had our haul week, so I don't know why there's music outside, why there's clothing, but there is, and I'm apologizing in advance. And I also have a cold or something that I'm getting over, so I'm trying my best to project and also be louder than the music outside. So please forgive me if you hear anything in the background. Do not laugh at me. I have my notebook here just because there's so much I want to cover in this video and I don't want to forget anything. So I'm going to just go ahead and begin this video because it's recapping my plus 2 months since being in Ghana. So I got to Ghana August 6, 2018, and as of September 6th, I've been here 1 month. As of October 6th, I've been here 2 months, and today is October 26th, so I've been here in Accra, Ghana for over 2 months, and almost 3 months actually, and it's literally phenomenal. I don't have an adjective for it. It's beautiful here. I love Ghana so much. If you've been following me, you know that I spent 3 weeks studying abroad in London last June, and I love that experience. But Ghana has a very special place in my heart for several reasons, and I'm going to share those with you all. In no particular order, the food. Oh my goodness. I'm a pescatarian, so that means I only eat seafood, and I was a little nervous coming to Ghana, like before I got here, because I was wondering, you know, what are the options for people who are pescatarian, vegetarian, even people who are vegan. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get a lot of seafood, a lot of vegetables, the way that I'm used to them, especially considering when I was in London last summer and everything was so fresh and it was great. And I know Ghana has, before I even got here, I knew there were so many fresh fruits and everything, but I was just worried about my source of protein. The food is so good. Oh my gosh. My favorite Ghanaian dish is red, and that is essentially African stewed black-eyed peas with palm oil. And it's often served with fried plantains, and sometimes you can add avocado depending on where you go. And there's this one stand that I go to in a place on campus called Bush Canteen, and they have onions, so I eat red. Oh my gosh, I'm smiling thinking about it because I love it so much. I eat red with plantains and onions, and it is so good. Another food is jollof. That's essentially Ghanaian styled jollof rice, and people often eat that with fish, chicken, or you know, just about anything that you want. I will usually couple that with plantains and salad, but note, I only eat specific jollof because not everyone makes jollof the same way. And it even varies depending on what country you're in. There's Nigerian jollof, Senegalese jollof, Ghanaian jollof, Gambian jollof. Like, jollof is different for, you know, a couple of different reasons, where depending on where you go in Africa. And I only eat certain jollof because I like the basmati or jasmine grain rice, and some places don't use it, and I can taste the difference. Like, I have a lot of friends, and I know people who can't taste the difference, but I can taste the difference, and I only eat certain jollof, bottom line. Next up is wache, which is basically beans and rice. So it's a little bit more, I wouldn't say dry, but it's kind of sticky, and you can get your rice and just about any dish with sauces. Like, for example, you can get shito sauce, but I don't really care for spice, so I never really get sauce or stew because they both can be very spicy. And then there's also banku, which is a type of dough, and you eat that with, you can do okra or shrimp or goat, chicken, just about any type of meat. I personally do not like banku. It's a very popular food here, and it's just because the texture is very gritty and I just don't like the taste at all. But I like fufu, which is also made with dough, but it's a different type of dough. and you eat that with a soup. So it can be like groundnut soup, or you can eat you know, with some type of stew. So for me, when I had fufu for the first time, I ate it with fish, tilapia fish specifically, and it was delicious. Like, it was so good. Seafood, I'm a little over 2 months in, and mostly I've been eating fish. So like, I've had tilapia, I've had red snapper, I've had other fishes that I honestly don't even know what they're called, just because like, I'm like getting fish, and depending on what it looks like, that's how I determine if I eat it or not. I honestly want to branch out a little bit more. There was one place where I went to, and it was like a seafood curry, excuse me, and it had squid, octopus, shrimp, things of that nature. I believe I've had crab since I've been here, but I do want to eat a little bit more variety of seafood apart from fish and shrimp. Now, vegetables. I get most of my vegetables from dishes that I eat with cooked vegetables, or I will eat salad. So that's my main source of vegetables. And fruit. The fruit here is so delicious. Oh my goodness. When I first got here in August, it was the prime time for mangoes, and I'm telling you, Ghanaian mangoes are the best mangoes that I've ever had. They are so fresh, they are so sweet. So basically, there are 4 Ghanaian cedis equals $1. So $1 equals 4 Ghanaian cedis, and that basically means that like more money's worth if you are an American or whatever. You know, you're coming to Ghana with American dollars, and you convert those, you get a lot more because the exchange rate, you know. So that's basically that. And so I can get a bag of you know, diced or cut up pineapple or mango for anywhere between 1 to 3 cedis. Like, it's, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And the bananas here, like back home, I only eat bananas once they've turned a little brown with like brown spots on them, because they're sweeter. But the ones here, I've had a couple of green bananas here in Ghana, and they've been so sweet. It's just crazy to think that just the local fruit here is healthier than like local fruit back home sometimes. And like, most of the fruit back home, depending on where you grocery shop, is imported, so it's not fresh, and it's super expensive, and it doesn't taste nearly as good as what the food and the fruit tastes like here. So all in all, I would say that I am very satisfied with food here, and I'm a very picky eater. And also, you know, you can save money while you're here. You don't have to go broke, you know, eating. We have a place called the Night Market, which is just a couple of feet away from Ish 1 and Ish 2, the main international student dorms here at University of Ghana. And you can get a lot of food, like rice, chicken, plantain, salad, all of that for not even 10 cedis. And I mean, it's really, like, rice is filling, like Indomie, like noodles are filling. And if you want to, you know, step the game up a little bit and go to somewhere different, you could go off campus, and you know, you can go to a restaurant and you can get like fish sandwiches, you can get fries. I mean, you can just go to so many different places with just a quick Uber ride, or sometimes if you just want to walk. But I'm very happy with the food here. You know, even downstairs here in my dorm, there is a kitchen, and depending on how late you eat, sorry, a truck or something's going by. Depending on how late you want to eat, the hall, like, kitchen may not be open, but you always have that option if you go before they close. And a lot of the halls here on campus also have kitchens, so you can eat all the time. So I am so happy with the food situation here. And the water situation, like drinking water wise, is a little bit of a challenge for me, but I have adjusted, because we cannot drink the tap water here. You have to drink bottled water or water sachets, which are basically water like in plastic pouches. You know, just taking for granted sometimes going to a water fountain and filling up your water bottle, or even going in the dining hall back at ECU, ECU, and filling up your water bottle and then just going on about your day. But I mean, I'm adjusting to it, just keeping myself stocked up on the water and, just making the most of it. Music is my love. Like, I love music. Anyone who knows me knows that before I even got to Ghana, I was listening to a lot of African music just because I love African music. I love Caribbean music. So when I got here, I already knew so many of the artists, so many of the songs, whether that be Nigerian artists like Olamide or Wizkid or Tiwa Savage, or Ghanaian artists like Easy, not Mr. Easy, Easy the woman, Eazzy. Then also when I got here, I learned about people like Wendy Shay. When people would meet me and I'd be like, my name is Shay, they'd be like, oh, like Wendy Shay, the singer. You should listen to Uber Driver by her. So I have that new artist under my belt, Ghanaian woman. Just a lot of music, and whether you go out to a restaurant or like a hall event, like what's going on right now outside, or even in a taxi or Uber to where you're going, or during the nightlife, you just hear so much cool music. And there's a lot, of course, I'm adding to my playlist and I'm adding to my music library. But I'm so happy to know that a lot of the music that I listen to back home is also a big thing here in Africa. And that's also to say that, a lot of big names in the US are also big names here that you'll hear, whether you're going out or on the radio again. So music wise, I am very, very happy with the music that I hear. Even though I can't dance, it makes me want to dance, and I just love music. It makes me so happy. There are multiple languages here in Ghana specifically. I mean, throughout the entire continent, there are a lot of languages. But I'm talking about Ghana specifically because I'm studying abroad in Ghana. And the primary language that's spoken here is Twi, but there are also speakers of Ga, Ewe, many different languages here in Ghana. And although English is the official language, it's the language in the institutional setting. So in class, you are taught in English. But if you're going to the night market, or if you're anywhere, even just walking on campus, you will hear Twi speakers, you will hear Ewe speakers, you will even hear French, you'll hear German, you'll hear countless languages, and a lot of them are African and some of them aren't African, because there are people from all over in Africa. And I think it's just beautiful because it goes to show that language is not, one dimensional. There's not one layer to language. I mean, and even if we all don't speak the same language, there's something like music, like food, that unites us all. And it is so beautiful. Before I got here, I was thinking about taking Swahili. And I was like, maybe. But I was like, I really want to take Twi, which is one of the local languages spoken here, primarily in Ghana. And I am in a Twi class right now, 2 days a week. On Mondays, we meet for 2 hours, and on Thursdays, we meet for 1 hour. And it is a challenge for me. As a linguistics minor, I feel like I have an upper hand in the sense of grammar and understanding rules of the language, but it is definitely like a lot of conscious effort. I have to have the right attitude. Like, a lot of the things that I've studied in my minor in the books at ECU is coming to life, not only for me but those around me. And I'm seeing that, wow, like, this is amazing, this is beautiful. People who are like 30, 40, 50 years old coming to a new country and learning a new language and becoming fluent in it. And even if they're not fluent in it, being able to speak some basic things in other languages is so admirable. And I had this mindset before I came here, but it's just heightened because Twi is not that familiar to me. Like, it's not familiar to me at all. There's a subject, verb, object placement in sentences like in English. And for people who aren't into linguistics, you probably don't even know what that means, or you don't care if you even know what it means. But I mean, it's just like, wow. Like, I'm consciously feeling like I'm not learning a lot because I could be practicing the languages a little more, but I just get so shy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't even sound like I'm saying what I'm supposed to be, because for me, it's not about trying to sound like a native Chui speaker, because I am not. It's about saying the word correctly. English is a non-tonal language. Chui is a tonal language. So you can be saying something in Chui at one pitch and saying it at another pitch, and you're saying two completely different words. So that is something that I'm definitely working on, and regardless of, you know, whether or not I am like a fluent Chui speaker, which I will not be by December or not, I'm just so grateful to hear the many different languages and just to be immersed in the culture. Fashion wise, I would say that I love the way that Ghanaians dress. You can definitely see that there's an influence from Western culture with the different name brands and even the styles. But you also see that people are expressing themselves with their own traditional roots, so with their own African prints. And, excuse me, I just really, really love bright, vibrant colors, which is very popular here in Africa, Ghana specifically. And people are just expressing themselves through fashion. Even back home, like, I definitely love the way guys dress over girls. I mean, obviously there are awesome, you know, outfits that women have, but like, I'm just so much more like impressed with the guys' outfits, just because I like that style. Like, that's something I would even wear as a woman. But yeah, I mean, the fashion here is like, you know, it's amazing, and you can get your own clothing customized. You can get clothing off of street vendors. Like, anywhere you go, there's someone who can make you clothing, or you can just buy it as is. So I'm very in love with the fashion here. I really, really like it. And also seeing how, you know, whether you're here in Ghana or you're somewhere in the States, that there's some similarity between fashion is very, very interesting.